It is already Saturday morning in Europe, where people are waking up to shocking newspaper headlines about the attacks in Paris. Britain's Guardian running a banner headline reading, "Horror returns to the heart of Paris." That's a reference to the massacre at the satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo earlier this year in January. And on the front page of The Sun, "Massacre in Paris," it reads. And that same headline fronts London's Times as well. Joining me now, CNN's Tom Foreman. Tom, show us where all this happened, please.
Hi, Don. If you look at this didn't happen in the heart of Paris that tourists know, but rather a little bit north of it there. And in fact, the most terrible part of this in terms of the number of people who were killed, the attack on the theater, actually happened within a very short walk from the Charlie Hebdo offices, which are right down here. This is where the theater is, up here. This theater is not a particularly large theater. It would seat about 1,000 people, and we're told that's about how many people are there, so it's a popular venue there nonetheless. Here's a picture that was tweeted out by the bassist from the band that was playing, the American band from California, shortly beforehand. So you get a sense of what it looked like. And then down at street level, you can see what was confronting police as they came up and where the people were being triaged afterwards. So this is a sense of just the general neighborhood there, where we had the biggest number of casualties we know about so far. If we move on, now we know there were several other attacks, but we're really looking at 3 major sites right now. That seems to be where the real focus is. We move to this Cambodian restaurant up here. This restaurant is not, again, necessarily a tourist site, although it does show up in some tourist magazines, things like that, saying people might want to go there. Very popular with young people in what is a very densely populated neighborhood there. We had people who were killed and injured over here. There were also some people over in this area, right over in here. So this was the second big target out there right now. And then if you move on there, you go to what theoretically would have been the largest target, which is this stadium to the north of town. Big soccer game going on, 80,000 people in the stadium, and this is where we had those 2 explosions, including what police now say was 1 suicide bomber, and yet, in terms of the number of people who were wounded or killed, this is one of the smaller locations up there, Don. So all of this geography is what the authorities are going to be looking over in the coming days to figure out, how were those targets chosen? How were the attackers chosen? And how did they coordinate hitting all of those people on this terrible day? Don?
Tom Foreman, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I want to bring back our panel.